From JourneyTEAM. So JourneyTEAM, pun intended, has been on a journey working with Woodside Homes, one of our customers, to help them transform their business. And so I'm joined on stage by Mark and Nathan. So while Nathan is plugging in, Mark, can you give us a bit more context about how JourneyTEAM worked with Woodside and what was the appetite from you as a partner, but also from your customers as testing the water with our Power Virtual Agent?
Absolutely. Thank you again for having us on stage. So we've been looking at doing chatbots for a while and trying to work with customers and things like that. But as you guys have described, chatbots have been not necessarily the easiest thing to just jump in and do. There's a lot involved. And that was kind of a lot of what we were hearing from customers was, I don't know if I really want to move on this yet. There's a lot involved. What I've got to do there, right? I've got to get a lot of things put together in my house before I can get this out there. So when we heard about the Power Virtual Agent, we thought, well, hey, here we go. It's something that we can move quickly with customers. And specifically with Woodside Homes, that's exactly, they had approached us on that same thing. Now, in their case, they're trying to do some really innovative things from a home building standpoint. But for them, just internally, operationally, they were dealing with issues where their help desk was managed by one individual, and they were getting inundated. And they're like, well, rather than us trying to add more bodies, is there a way we can streamline this? And so they came to us and said, hey, can we put together a chatbot?
To offer relief to a specific individual, poor individuals under the water, right?
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. And so with them, we'd implemented Dynamics 365 to manage their help desk. Okay. And so with the virtual agent, what it does is it allows them to be able to go through and be able to respond to individuals within the organization very fast, very quick. And by using customer service insights, we were able to identify here's a lot of things that just we can address immediately and don't necessarily need a person's eyes.
Did you say customer insights?
Customer service insights, yeah.
Okay, customer service insight, fantastic.
Yeah, and so that really gave them they're seeing the vision of what this can be, and not only that, they're like, well, now also that means that I can actually start putting this out to my customers and start making this an external thing. But even more than that, one of the cool things about this virtual agent is it doesn't have to just be with Dynamics, it doesn't have to be just customer facing. It can, anybody in this room could really implement this thing. One of the use cases we're looking at with these guys is setting it up so, if someone needs to find a document, and SharePoint and Teams and OneDrive doesn't matter, goes to the virtual agent and say, hey, I need to find this document, and it can go search whatever I have access to and surface that document up, right? Oh, nice. It can use Delve and connect to Delve and be able to say, hey, who do I need to ask about a certain thing that I need to do within the organization? They can find that information, surface that back up to us. Another thing we're looking at doing is they are going to be deploying Dynamics 365 from a customer, for sales. We're going to have individual videos that we're going to record that are 30 to a minute long, that 30 seconds to a minute long, that they can, when someone goes and asks, how do I do this one thing, a video can surface up and it can walk it through it. Nice. So the minute long, that 30 seconds to a minute long, that they can, when someone goes and asks, how do I do this one thing, a video can surface up and it can walk it through it. Nice. So the virtual agent becomes basically their one-stop shop for everything that they want to do within an organization, which is hugely powerful and kind of just changes the game. When most of us think about chatbots, we think more of a customer engagement standpoint rather than just operationally, internally.
That's fantastic. So are we ready to run the demo?
We're ready to go.
All right, Nathan, take it away, my friend.
Thanks, Philippe. Thanks, Mark. So welcome to my help desk. That's the name of Woodside's internal help desk virtual agent. I'm going to run you through 3 scenarios today. I'm sure any IT managers in the room or help desk managers will relate to this very well. Whenever somebody has a computer problem, or we're going to run through a computer problem, we're going to run through resetting a password, and also just creating a ticket in Dynamics 365 for maybe a human who needs to solve that later. So I'm going to show you these, and hopefully you can relate to these, and you can see the value that's added here. So let's say I'm an internal employee in the sales department at Woodside Homes, and my computer freezes, or my tablet has an issue, something like that. So I can come in here and I can type, I need help with my computer. The virtual agent knows, using natural language processing, which topic I need to go to. It says, okay, what best describes your issue? Okay, it turns out my device is broken, it's having problems. Okay, would you further describe the issue? I've got a frozen screen. That's what my problem is. So the virtual agent knows, okay, you've got a broken device, a frozen screen, and surfaces up a solution, which many of you know is to just restart your computer. How simple is that? Just restart your computer. Okay, so it says force a shutdown, hold it for 30 seconds. Now, it's also, because when you restart your computer, it resets everything. The virtual agent is not going to remember the conversation that we're having here. So you can add an email in, and it'll send you restart instructions so you can come back to the virtual agent and just got that email right here and say, oh, right here, oh, thank you for using my help desk when restarting your computer. Please return here and type, I restarted my computer, and we'll continue our conversation because we want to make sure that the customer actually had the issue resolved. So come here, and once it loads, and come in here and say, I restarted my computer. Version says, thanks for coming back. Now, what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about device issues. Oh, did restarting solve your problem? Yeah, it did. My computer works great now. And then it runs through the standard CSAT topic like Philippe had mentioned earlier. And my experience was excellent. So really quickly, you can relieve the burden at Woodside in case for their one help desk manager. He doesn't have to worry about helping people restart their computer now when they have a frozen screen or some other problem that restarting can solve. So let's move on to the next topic. You notice I have a little thing right here that says time to change your password. I'm sure many of you have some sort of security policy like this where your users in your organization have to reset their computer every 6 months or so. But sometimes they have to call in the help desk in order to figure that out because they aren't tech savvy or what have you. So we can do that here. Let's have another topic. Say, oh, I need to reset my password. Again, a very simple action, something that can save a lot of time. It says, I'm happy to help. Again, put our email in. And now this is just in case maybe you don't want to reset your password now. It's not a convenient time. You know that you're going to have to do Control-Alt-Delete. It's going to take over everything. So you put in your email. The bot surfaces the instructions here in case you want to, so you know what to do or if you want to do it right now. But again, you can go to your email and there you go. I've got my password reset instructions. I've got the screenshot right there I can look at if needed. So I'm familiar with it and I've got all of the instructions. So again, simple, easy to make. You could do this in a day, easy. You could make a virtual agent that does something like this. And that could relieve lots of time to free your help desk employees to be able to perform more important or higher priority cases. Okay, let's move to our third topic, which is just creating a case. Because right now the virtual agent, we haven't had time to build all the topics available. So eventually somebody's going to have to talk to a human for some topics, right? And so for this, we want to be able to, let me just start over quickly, just create a ticket. Because right now the process at Woodside in creating a ticket is a little convoluted. You can send an email, you can call, and so part of what Mark said about streamlining, we're using the virtual agent to streamline the case creation process for our dynamics. So it's all done through the virtual agent. So first, maybe the virtual agent can solve it, and if not, then we create a case. It's very organized and doesn't take time away from our help desk team. So we can come here and type create a ticket. What is your email address again? Now, you'll notice that as I go through this, it's going to ask several questions that are all metadata connected to that user. With the new authentication piece that's coming in general availability later this year in December, this piece, all these questions I'm asking won't be necessary, which will be an even better experience for your users as they use the virtual agent. But for now, I'm going to type in some of this metadata about the user. Potentially there. Let's refresh the page. And try this one more time. Okay, create a ticket. Paste my email address in. Let's take our division. So Woodside has several different divisions, Arizona, Utah, Nevada. So it asks those. I'm a corporate employee, so I don't really have a community that I'm connected to. Put in my phone number. Enter in, I've got an issue, say, with OneDrive. I can't upload to OneDrive. So this is going to be the description of the case that gets recorded in Dynamics 365, so whoever comes and solves this case later, they can reference that. And then we just ask for more issues, like a further description. So I need to upload my annual report, and it isn't working. please help me. That'll be recorded as a description. And then the virtual agent uses Power Automate in the background to go create that case in Dynamics 365, and then returns the case number for reference in the future. And once they get that case reference, they can say, oh, you want to have a screenshot, because screenshots are typically very helpful. So you can say yes. Again, it triggers another flow that creates an email activity, so it's recorded in Dynamics. Sends you an email, says, please reply to this with your screenshot. You hit reply. Find your screenshot. Just an example screenshot right here. Hit send, and then you're good to go. That picture now is that screenshot that you've uploaded and replied to is now attached to that case for whoever's going to work on that to be able to reference later on. So that sums up just the 3 topics that I wanted to demo today. Now we've built many more. Really, it's limitless. The number of things that you can do to relieve the stress that your help desk or other internal employees have. The virtual agent can help with that. So, yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.